Hey guys, I'm Desi. Welcome to Desi's World. So the inspiration behind Ice Cold is actually from a personal experience. I was dating somebody, and when I met them, I just knew we were gonna date. Like, that was the vibe, and I thought I knew them really well. I thought I knew the relationship really well. But then as more time went by, I started to realize there is this other side to this person, and that side was like really cold. Ice cold, if you will. I was like really in the moment and very emotional, and like the lyrics just flowed, and the piece was made in like one day just because I was drawing from like a sad personal experience. I really like to draw from personal experience for my songs. I feel like it's very easy for me to channel intense emotions, so whether that be pain or intense joy or pleasure or whatever that be. For this song, this was more about like sadness and pain. Most of my songs I feel like that I've released are pretty sad, so people probably think I'm like a sad girl, which I probably am at heart, but I think I'm just very emotional and very in touch with my emotions, and I really like to draw on those emotional experiences to make my art. So yeah, that's kind of the inspiration behind Ice Cold. The beat for Ice Cold. So I made this beat in Logic like I do with all my other beats. This beat isn't particularly complicated. I really wanted it to be simple and raw and acoustic sounding. I'm gonna take you through how I put together the chorus. The first layer is this really beautiful acoustic guitar where it goes bum, Then, because I really wanted that raw, chill acoustic sound, I didn't use like a really intense drum. I used this drum loop that was like kind of muted sounding and soft, and it goes. Then there's a percussion layer where it goes, which is also soft but sharp enough that it like carries the beat, and that goes through the whole chorus. Then there's like a vocal chop, and it goes, and it actually is saying "you are," which is what I'm saying in the chorus where it goes, you are thing. Like, it throws it around everywhere. It's in the background, it's in the forefront, like it's sort of everywhere. Like, you are really effing ice cold. Then for the second half of the chorus, to sort of beef it up and like amplify it and change it from the first half of the chorus, I added in another drum loop. And then a sound that I really like that I throw in throughout the piece is this synth sound. I feel like I literally have to put synth in like all of my pieces, and it goes. And yeah, that's how I put together the beat for Ice Cold. Anybody need a beat, call me, I got you. So the lyrics for Ice Cold, I'll break it into like 3 parts. There was the first verse, the chorus, and the second verse. So the first verse was really just me explaining how I felt in that moment, which was that I was in pain and that I felt crazy and that this person was literally driving me nuts. So it goes, boy, you're driving me insane. I can't do it, I won't do it. Boy, your fighting brings me pain. I can't do it, I won't do it. So that's sort of how I was feeling in that moment. And then the second verse, I decided to kind of take it back and do like a recap of how we even got here in the first place. And it's a very brief description of how the relationship went in my head, which was, boy, what's your name? Thought I had some game. Knew you'd be my flame. Couldn't guess what you became. Cause we were a thing. I know you're insane. Now we're just the same. Now it's just a game. So that second verse is really saying like, we met, I thought I was hot. I was really excited to flirt and date and get to know each other. The person that I met was really dope. And then along the way, like after some time, starting to realize that there's two sides to this person, and the other side of this person is really cold, and like what they did to me and what they did to our relationship, and that this just feels like a game, which I really could have never expected. So that's kind of the second verse. And then the chorus where it goes, eyes closed. Like, I'm just saying it how it is. Like, you're just cold. Like, your actions and how you made me feel and what you did to this relationship was just cold. You're really ice cold. So there's not really much more to it. It sounds like a diss track, but when you listen to it, like, it's very lovely and like romantic sounding. And yeah. So the nugget for Ice Cold is actually a layer and like an effect that I added into the chorus. So where it goes, ice cold, you are. So it's already this really beautiful, high-pitched, kind of piercing sound, but I wanted to make it pop out a little bit more. So I added this like loop underneath where it goes, so I have this loop that does this like really weird like thing, but like in the same key that I'm singing in. And when you layer it like right on top of my vocals, it sounds like it's coming from my vocals. It creates this really beautiful, really piercing sound. And I'll play the sound here. And so when you pair the vocal with the loop, it sounds like this. When I brought it in to be engineered at Milk Boy Studio and Luna Lounge Studios, I actually got it engineered at two places. Everybody really loved that part because it just made it pop out a little bit more. It sounded really unique. Sounded like it was coming from my vocals, but it was really just this beautiful cohesive effect that added to this very like icy sound, you know, like I wanted it to sound piercing because the song is ice cold and ice is really like sharp and can pierce. I just think it adds a special like cherry on top, and yeah, I just love it. So the music video for Ice Cold, this was such a funny process. I'm gonna show footage so you can really visualize how crazy this whole thing was. I wanted to do something that involved obviously like water or ice, something wet, something cold, to sort of portray my meaning in the song. And I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if I could be like really hot and like drowning in water, but like make it darker than that, like depressing, so like black water, you know, kind of scary. And so I actually used my bathtub, which is actually the same location of my Does She video, which is kind of funny. You wouldn't even know though because of how I edited it. I bought this black dye off of Amazon. I poured it in the water, but then I realized my drain doesn't work and it doesn't plug, so then I started shoving random shit in the drain, like plastic, a bottle, like anything heavy that I could get my hands on. And I was recording it by myself, so I was using a tripod and I was like pressing play, pause on the music on one phone. I was pressing record, stop, record, stop, record, stop on my recording phone, and all the phones are wet at this point, so like nothing's really working and nothing's listening to me. And then, you know, the drain is like draining some of the water, so I have to keep refilling it, and then when I refill it, it gets less dark, so I have to pour more black stuff in the water. And it was just like so chaotic. That was just managing like the environment. That wasn't even trying to get the right shot or trying to like look good. So, you know, getting a good angle was difficult because of the shower doors I had to have and find like the perfect angle between the shower doors without getting any of the bathtub in it. So it was really just like a whole process. It was really funny and really chaotic, but my vision literally came to life, so I have no regrets. I did my nails green and crazy because part of the reason that this person was ice cold like involves me being jealous, and I feel like green is a good color for jealousy. I also used a veil and a diamond ring on my like marriage finger because I wanted to like show, visually portray that like I was committed, I was ready to take this relationship to the next step, but the relationship blew up and this person was ice cold and now I'm like drowning. But I'm drowning as a committed person. I'm drowning as a person who did the right thing in the relationship. I ended up using Final Cut Pro, which was quite the process, trying to make sure that like there was no footage at all of the bathtub creeping in, kind of editing it to make sure like the water was a consistent color of black, since I was saying the water kept draining and the color kept changing. But it like literally is so perfect. I feel like so beautiful in that video. The effects were great. The idea was really fun, and I'm just really proud of myself for pulling this off because it was just so crazy. And you guys should go check it out because it's a really good video.